You've probably done this before. You open ChatGPT, type something like, "Write me a professional email," hit enter, and immediately regret it. Suddenly, you're staring at the most generic corporate nonsense ever written. It sounds fake, robotic, weirdly cheerful, and somehow longer than your original message. So naturally, you blame the AI. You think, this thing is useless, or AI is overhyped, or maybe even, how are people replacing jobs with this? But here's the uncomfortable truth I had to learn myself. Most of the time, the AI is not failing you. You're failing the AI. And I know that sounds harsh, but think about how most people actually use these tools. They give one vague sentence and expect a polished masterpiece. They type things like, "Make this better," "Write a script," or "Fix this email," as if the AI attended the same meeting, understands the same context, knows their audience, and magically understands what better means. AI does not know any of that. The easiest way to think about AI is this. Imagine hiring a brilliant new employee who works insanely fast but takes instructions extremely literally. If your directions are vague, confusing, incomplete, or messy, the result will also be vague, confusing, incomplete, and messy. So, this video is not really about prompt tricks, it's about learning how to brief AI properly, because once you understand that, everything changes. The first mistake, treating AI like Google. Most people use AI like it's Google with better grammar. They throw short commands at it like, "Give me ideas," "Write an email," or "Summarize this," then wonder why the answer feels average. But AI isn't just retrieving information. It's predicting what kind of response should come next, based on the pattern you start. That means vague prompts create vague answers, because the AI has too much room to guess. Let's say you type, "Write an apology email." That could mean literally anything. Who's apologizing? A CEO? A student? A customer support agent? What happened? Was there a security breach? A missed meeting? A delayed package? Since you didn't specify, the AI chooses the safest middle ground answer possible. Bland, generic, forgettable. But if you say, "Write an apology email from a startup founder after a 3-hour payment outage frustrated customers during checkout," suddenly the result improves. Not because the AI became smarter, but because you narrowed the possibilities. Bad prompts create average answers because average is the safest prediction. Rule 1. Give AI a role. One of the fastest ways to improve AI output is to give it a role instead of only a task. There's a huge difference between saying, "Write a product launch email," and saying, "Act as a senior SaaS marketer writing to existing customers who care about reliability and speed." That second version gives the AI perspective. It now knows what kind of expertise to pull from, what tone makes sense, and what details matter most. Think about real life. If you wanted legal advice, you wouldn't ask a stand-up comedian. If you needed a child-friendly explanation, you probably wouldn't ask a university researcher who speaks entirely in jargon. AI can imitate many kinds of expertise, but if you don't steer it, it defaults to that same boring middle voice. So before you ask AI to create something, ask yourself, who should be speaking here? A teacher? A founder? A crisis manager? A technical engineer? A supportive mentor? A role is not roleplay, it's direction. Rule 2. Context stops the lies. This is probably the most important thing in the entire video. Context. When AI doesn't know something, it often fills the gap with whatever sounds statistically believable. That's why hallucinations happen. The AI is trying to complete the pattern, even if the missing details were never provided. And honestly, humans accidentally cause this all the time. Imagine asking AI to write about a company outage. If you don't explain what happened, what caused it, how long it lasted, or what customers experienced, the AI may invent all of it. It might confidently mention database failures, policy reviews, internal investigations, or future upgrades that never existed. Not because it's evil, because it's guessing. So stop starving AI of information. Give it context. Tell it the audience, the goal, the confirmed facts, the tone, the constraints, and the things it should avoid saying. A stronger prompt sounds more like a real briefing. Here's the situation. Here are the confirmed facts. Here's the audience. Here's the tone. If information is missing, don't invent it. That last instruction matters more than people realize. You're giving AI permission to admit uncertainty instead of manufacturing fake confidence. Every missing detail becomes a place where AI starts guessing. If this video is already changing how you think about AI, hit like and subscribe. Most people are learning random prompt tricks, but the real advantage comes from understanding how to think clearly, communicate clearly, and actually direct these tools properly. Rule 3. Define what good means. Even with context and roles, AI still needs one more thing: a definition of success. This is where people make the mistake of saying things like "make it better." Better how? Shorter, friendlier, more persuasive, more emotional, more technical? AI can't hit a target you never described. Instead of saying, "rewrite this," try saying, "rewrite this in under 180 words." Keep the tone calm and direct. Remove corporate jargon. Use short paragraphs. Start with ownership, explain the issue, then end with one clear next step. Now, the AI actually understands the assignment. You can control length, tone, structure, reading level, formatting, pacing, and even emotional intensity. You can tell it to sound warm, skeptical, technical, confident, premium, or conversational. And honestly, once you start doing this, you realize most prompting problems aren't technical problems. They're communication problems. Rule 4. Show AI examples. This next trick changes everything. Stop only describing what you want. Show the AI what you want. If you say, "write in a punchy YouTube style," the AI has to guess what punchy means to you. Fast pacing, humor, short sentences, dramatic hooks. But if you paste a short example and say, "match this tone, pacing, and structure," suddenly the results become much more consistent. Examples turn your taste into evidence. This works for almost everything: emails, scripts, essays, captions, business writing, resumes, ad copy, even study notes. If you already have a version that sounds right, feed it to the AI. And the best part is you don't need huge examples. Sometimes one strong paragraph is enough for the AI to understand the rhythm you want. But there's a warning here too. AI copies quality. If your examples are messy, repetitive, or overdramatic, the AI may reproduce the mess. So feed it clean writing. Good examples reduce guessing. Rule 5. Make AI think before it answers. Most people ask AI for the final answer immediately. But for difficult tasks, that's like asking someone to build a house without designing the blueprint first. Instead, make the AI think before it writes. You can say, before answering, identify the audience, objective, risks, and best structure. That one instruction often improves the final result because the AI organizes the problem before generating output. You can also ask it to generate multiple approaches. Give me 3 different versions: one emotional, one practical, and one aggressive. Then explain which works best. Or even better, make it critique itself. Review this answer for clarity, credibility, and emotional impact. Then rewrite it using your critique. AI is surprisingly good at editing and evaluating, sometimes better than creating from scratch. So when you force it to compare, reason, and revise, the output gets much stronger. Don't just ask AI for answers. Ask it to build a thinking process. The real secret: prompting is really about clarity. So here's the real secret nobody tells you. Prompting is not magic, it's clarity. Every good prompting technique forces you to think more clearly. Roles force you to define perspective. Context forces you to define reality. Output requirements force you to define success. Examples force you to define taste. Reasoning steps force you to define process. That's why AI can feel frustrating. It exposes unclear thinking immediately. If your prompt is messy, the output becomes messy. If your instructions are vague, the answer becomes generic. If you don't actually know what you want, the AI gives you something that sounds convincing enough to hide the confusion for a few seconds. So the next time AI gives you a terrible answer, don't immediately blame the model. First, ask yourself, did I explain the task clearly? Did I give enough context? Did I define success? Did I show examples? Did I think through the process myself? Most of the time, the problem starts there. The people getting the best results from AI are not necessarily the smartest programmers or the most technical users. They're the people who can explain problems clearly. So stop treating AI like a magic box. Treat it like a powerful assistant that depends on the quality of your instructions. Save the prompts that work. Build your own prompt library. Improve them over time. Turn good workflows into systems, because the real skill isn't typing clever commands into ChatGPT. The real skill is learning how to think clearly enough that even a machine can help you execute the idea.